composite function. So for composite function, so given two functions f and g, the composite function denoted by f of g is defined by f of g of x is equal to, or f composed of g of x equal to f of g of x. In the domain of f composed of g is the set of all numbers x in the domain of g, such that g of x is in the domain of f. So pag sinabing composite function, no, it is a function inside a function. Ayun po yung ibig sabihin ng composite function. Yan. May input function ka, then output function. So dito, the definition natin na f composed of g of x, no, yung input function mo is yung g of x. So, meron kang f of x and g of x. So, ipinasok mo si g of x doon sa f of x. Halimbawa, no? So, given that f and g are the function defined by f of x equal to square root of x and g of x equal to 2x minus 3. So, find f composed of g of x to also determine the domain of the resulting function. So, we have two functions, no? So, hinanap natin f composed of g x or f of g of x. So, ang input function natin is 2x minus 3. No, ipapasok natin siya doon sa f of x. No? So, sinod natin. So, g of x, so that is 2x minus 3. So, meron tayong f of 2x minus 3. No? Next, what is f? Square root of x. So, substitute mo si 2x minus 3 doon sa x mo. So, that is equal to square root of 2x minus 3. No? So, yun. So, solve natin si domain. So, yung first function natin, so f of x square root equal to square root of x. So, ang domain, ano domain nito? Square root of x. So, that is 0 to positive infinity. G of x, so 2x minus 3. So, domain, ano domain? All real numbers, no? Or negative to positive infinity. So, ano domain ng resulting function? Na f of x, f of g of x equal to square root of 2x minus 3. Anong domain natin? So, 2x minus 3 greater than or equal to 0 or x equal to x equal or greater than 3 over 2. Tama?
Tama, sir.
No? So, ang domain natin, domain is 3 over 2 positive infinity. So, yun. No? So, tandaan natin, kapag sasulat natin yung domain, so titignan natin yung domain ng input function. So, dito sa example natin, di ba kasi sabi, the domain of f composed of g is the set of all numbers x in the domain of g. Di ba? Sabi niya. Ito, sabi dito sa definition. No? Yung domain daw ng f of g set of all numbers in the domain of G. No, yung domain ng G natin is negative, positive, infinity. No? Kaya lang, ang resulting function natin is square root. No? Square root of 2x minus 3. So, domain, so is 3 over 2 plus, 3 over 2 to positive infinity. No? So, ito yung domain niya. So, yung domain natin, ito. No? Part pa rin naman siya ng domain ng t. No? So, yung domain ng f of g of x, so pwedeng ang domain niya ay yung domain ng g or yung subset ng domain ng g. No? So, in this case, no? So magkakaroon tayo ng restriction. So, dapat 3 over 2 to positive infinity. So, part pa rin naman siya nito eh. So, di ba? Positive infinity. So, 3 over 2 is a positive number. So, 3 over 2 to negative positive infinity is a subset of this domain. So, yun po. So, basta tandaan natin, no? Tignan natin yung domain ng input function. So, sa pagsusulat ng domain ng composite function. So, another example. So, given that f and g are the functions defined by square root of x and g of x equal to x squared minus 1. So, solve for f composed of f, g composed of g, f composed of g, and g composed of f, and determine the domain of the composite function in each part. So, diba, letter A. So, solve for f composed of f, or f of x. So, what is f of x? So, f of square root of x, or meron kang square root of x. Or meron kang fourth root of x. So, ano yung domain mo dyan? So, kung meron kang fourth root, so meron kang even number, dito. So, kapag even, di ba sa square root, pag square root sign, siniset natin sa greater than equal to 0. No? Kapag even yan, no? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, no? So, same rule ang gagamitin natin. No? So, set mo yung radicand inside the sign greater than or equal to 0. No? So, for this resulting function, so the domain is 0 to positive infinity. Okay. So, pag tinignan mo si input function square root of x, so yun lang din yung domain niya. No? 0 to positive infinity. May tanong? O letter B. Ano, may tanong po?
Wala po.
G composed of G. So that is G of x. So G of x, x squared minus 1. So G times x squared minus 1. Then, input mo siya. Doon ulit, x squared minus 1. So, x squared minus 1 squared minus 1. Paano isagot? Ano ba sagot? So that is x, no? Or meron kang x raised to 4 minus 2x squared. So ano yung domain? Ano domain? All real numbers or positive, negative, infinity. O, yung input function, domain is x squared minus, domain is all real numbers din, no? O, letter C, f post of g, or f of g of x. Ayun po. No? So that is f post of x squared minus 1, or we have square root of x squared minus 1. No? So x squared minus 1. Ano domain? So meron kang x squared minus 1 inside the radicand. Anong gagawin? Solve for x, then test for the intervals. No? Ang x mo dyan, x is 1 and x equal to negative 1. So meron kang interval, so negative 1, positive 1. So your inequality will be x squared minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So we have three intervals, negative 1 to negative infinity, negative 1 to 1, and 1 positive infinity. So paki-check anong interval ang magsasatisfy sa inequality na x squared minus 1 greater than or equal to 0. So domain is the union of uh, negative 1 to negative infinity and 1 to positive infinity. Inside ko yung domain. Ano yung domain ng input function ng g of x? Diba? All the real numbers. So, this domain is the subset of the domain of g of x. So, yun. The last, letter D. So, we have g composed of f, or g of f of x. So, f of x, square root of x. So, g of square root of x. So, that is g of x. So, x squared. So, square root of x squared minus 1. No, square root of x squared. So, that is x minus 1. So, ano yung domain? Input function. Square root of x. No? So, dun tayo babase ng domain. Ano domain ng square root of x? Positive infinity. No? So, nakita natin yung resulting function. No? Ang dapat na domain, yung resulting function, di ba dapat all real numbers, no? Pero, pag sa composite function, so, pagbabasihan din natin yung domain na input function. So, lagi natin titignan yun. No? So, yung domain ng input function natin is 0 to positive infinity. So, ang magiging domain ng resulting function natin is 0 to positive infinity. So, yun po yung sagot. No? Hindi po all real numbers. So, lagi natin check ano yung domain ng input function. No?